Hi there. So in this video, what I'm going to do is give you the 5 stages of trading success. Now, these stages have been built in 2 ways. The first way is by analyzing my own self, and the second way is by working with traders with big prop firms like FXify and other brokerages and finding what worked for them. Essentially, speaking to successful traders and looking over my own experience. By the end of this video, what I'm going to do is give you a clear roadmap from first executed trade to trading full-time for a living. 5 stages. Each one unlocks the next, and skipping isn't an option. Now, before I show you the map, I want to go over one of the biggest problems that I see with traders in trading, and I saw with myself too. Now, this is universal. I've seen it over and over and over again. Most traders, including myself, we want stage 4, stage 5 results, but we're operating with stage 1 skills. They want the income, the freedom, the size without putting and building the foundation first. They blow up accounts, start over again, and they always say this time it's different. But then it's not. And they wonder why nothing changes. The fix is very simple. Most traders won't accept it, but you need to master a stage that you're in, and then that stage will unlock the next one. Now, most trading content on the internet tries to sell you stage 5 results instantly. What I'm about to show you is an actual map, and once you see it, you're going to understand exactly why you've been stuck. Every single successful trader I know has walked through these 5 stages in order. No skipping steps. The ones who actually tried, every single one of them blew up an account. And when I say tried, I mean tried skipping steps. Then they started over again and ended up climbing the stairs anyway, because in trading, there is no elevator to success. It's broken, doesn't exist. You need to take the stairs. Now, like I said here, most traders want stage 4 results or stage 5 results even with stage 1 skills. And these people aren't failing because they don't know enough. They're actually failing because they're trying to live a lifestyle of a stage 5 trader while still operating with skills of a stage 1 beginner. And the market just punishes that mismatch every single time. The market in reality doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care that you want to make $10,000 this month or that you need to pay your rent. It only responds to your skill level. And if you're at stage 1, no amount of leverage, money, or willpower will buy you stage 5 returns. Now, as I promised, here's the map. It doesn't look too complex, but I'm going to explain it in detail, one stage at a time. 5 stages, 1 path. Each stage builds on the one before it. Most traders fail because they try to climb, like I said, with an elevator. But what I'm going to teach you in this video is to climb the stairs, and there's a reason for that. But let's cover the stages first. Stage 1 is execution and risk management. Now, this is a baby stage, and it can last just about 14 days, 14 trading days. In this stage, you're essentially focusing on one execution model while managing your risk. Now, don't worry, I'm going to break down these stages in detail. For now, we're just going to skip through them. Stage 2 is consistency. This one lasts about 14 trading days again. Stage 3 is scale up. That should last 30 to 90 days. Stage 4 is where, okay, you made it. Now you can live from trading. This stage takes about 3 to 12 months, depending on the person. And stage 5 is magnitude. This one takes years. Now, I'd like you to imagine that you're at the bottom of a 5-story building. This building has no elevator, and each floor has a big metal locked vault type door that you just need the keys to open. But to get the keys, you need to solve a challenge, a puzzle, or whatever you might want in your head that makes it easier for you to understand this. Now, you're at the bottom of this 5-story building, and there's traders all over the place. They're trying to put ropes to go up. They're trying to build elevators. They're trying to call in a helicopter to take them upstairs. You know what I mean. They're looking for shortcuts. But shortcuts don't exist in this business. The only way up is the staircase. And the only way up from stage 1 to 3 is one stage at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In that order, no exceptions. Each stage will give you the keys to unlock the next one. You cannot pick up the keys from stage 3 if you haven't earned the ones from stage 2. That's the rule of this game. And it's the same rule every professional in any field plays by. The rule is simple. Walk up the stairs. Don't take the elevator. Go stage by stage. Every business, every profession, every industry, every single time. Now, we are at stage 1. And stage 1, like I said, the duration of the stage is a minimum of 14 trading days. And stage 1 is all about risk management and execution. This is the foundation. And without this, nothing else will actually work. So forget about making money in this stage. Just focus on doing the work correctly. And to do the work correctly, you need one, a complete trading system that tells you this is how you buy, this is how you sell. This is why you buy, this is why you sell. And the second part is risk management. Stage 1, like I said, is not about making money, and that's why traders fail at it. And many traders, many years, get stuck in stage 1 because they keep trying to make money. But money is a byproduct of having a complete system and following it for a series of days and time, while also accepting the rules of the game, which is risk management. So like I said, stage 1 isn't about making money. And that's why so many traders fail at it. They show up wanting profits. And the moment losses hit, their discipline shatters, it goes out of the window, and they start improvising. You need to be the type of trader who can take 5 losses in a row and still execute trade number 6 exactly the same way your complete trading system tells you to. And if you can prove that for 14 trading days in a row that you can take losses without breaking your rules, you've done something most traders never really accomplish in their entire career, which is show that you're consistent. Now, each one of these stages, what it's going to do is it's going to give you, like I told you, a key, but that key is actually a skill. So if you are focusing on stage number 1, which is execution and risk management, regardless of the wins, regardless of the losses, you're building something that most traders don't have: consistency and discipline. Now let's go over the focus and the unlock. Your focus in this stage is to basically execute correctly, manage your risk, and accept losses without breaking your system, your discipline, your consistency. You want to take every trade your system flags, have a fixed risk percentage per trade, and when losses hit, just stay disciplined. No revenge trades, no jumping in sizes, no early entries, no late entries. This is the only stage where profit doesn't really matter, because the most important thing you're doing here is you're proving to yourself that you can be a disciplined trader. You're building the right foundation as a trader here. And that's what matters more than the profit in any way, because the profits are going to become 10, 20, 30 fold. They're going to be much bigger in the future. If you make money in stage 1, good for you. If you don't, it's okay. As long as your system has an edge, all you have to do is take a pen and a paper, 14 boxes, and do it for 14 days. Minimum 14 days. You'll know at the end of 14 days if you're ready to go to stage 2 or not. But while we're speaking about stage 2, if you do this right, the unlock is very simple. A defined process you can trust, capital preservation, discipline proven, and after 14 days of clean execution, while managing your risk, you'll have a process that holds up under pressure. Not only process, you're going to have skills. You'll know that losses don't break you, and that is the unlock. Once you do this, voila, stage number 2 opens up, which we're going to come to in a second. But as a last point on this video, systems over goals. James Clear said this better than anyone else. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So nobody cares how badly you need the money or how badly you need to succeed or how much money you've lost in trading already. The market doesn't care. Nobody does. You do. And forget about it just for 14 days. Find a system that has an edge. And remember, an edge doesn't mean 100% win ratio. Execute that system. Manage your risk, accept losses as part of the game, and as a mathematical equation guiding you towards your success. Now, if you've done stage one for 14 days and you really believe now you're ready and the system is good and everything's great, you've unlocked stage number two. And stage number two is consistency, essentially proof of self. The duration of this stage is usually another 14 trading days. But your results in this stage, they just start stabilizing. Now we actually prove something to us, to ourselves, that we can actually do this. And that's the main point. Once you finish stage one, you go into stage two and you're like, okay, I can do this. This makes sense. I've had small losses when I'm losing. I'm winning big when I'm winning. I'm break even or a small profit or a large profit into stage two. So there's only 4 ways your trade can end: a big win, a small win, a break even, or a small loss. The fifth one doesn't exist, which is a large loss. So your days and your trades can end in one of 4 ways. And they will, which brings me to the point that you're going to either break even, make a small profit, or you're going to make a large profit. Or maybe, hell, you're going to be with a small loss. But maybe then you'll also realize, okay, I shouldn't take these trades, or maybe the system is not really working. Or the conditions in the market haven't been perfect for this system. So I just need to keep repeating it, and eventually those big wins are going to come. But yeah, stage two, consistency. Stage two is where you stop being somebody who's trying to be a trader and start being somebody who is a trader. The shift isn't your account balance, it's your identity. Every disciplined day you stack is a vote for the person you're actually becoming. This is the stage where consistency stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like who you are. Now let's go over your focus on this stage and what it will unlock if you do it correctly for 14 trading days. Your focus is to repeat the behavior. Every single day, show up every day. Trust the system. Same process, same risk, same routines day after day. You're voting for the trader you want to become with every disciplined session, trade, action, thought, and against it with every break. Now, if you do this right, you unlock stabilized results, first real profits, and identity is earned. If stage one was clean, money starts showing up in this stage. More importantly, you stop saying, I want to be a trader, and you start saying, I'm a trader. Now, the identity vote here is quite simple. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Another one from James Clear. Now, stage number 3, as you can see, the duration here is 30 to 90 days. This is your scale-up stage. Bigger numbers. Now you know how to trade. You've done stage 1, stage 2 correctly. So you know how to trade. You know your system makes money and when it makes money. Now, how much capital can you handle is the main question. This stage is more psychological, not technical. When you go from a 10K account to a 100K account, nothing about your trading needs to change, except your nervous system. The setups, they all look the same. The system works exactly the same. The only thing different is the numbers on the screen might scare you more than they should. Most traders blow their first scaled up account not because their strategy stops working, but because they got into bigger trades than they were psychologically ready to hold. The strategy didn't fail, the trader did. Now let's cover your focus and the unlock in stage number 3. Stage number 3, your focus is increase size slowly. Train your psychology to bigger numbers. A 10,000 account and a 100,000 account are same skill. The only thing that changes is the size of the losses and wins and your ability to hold them without flinching. Walk up the stairs. Don't take the elevator. That's the logic. And if you do this right, start scaling up, you're going to unlock larger balances, real payouts, same process, bigger checks. Once you complete your focus here, you're going to learn that the trade doesn't change at higher sizes. Only your nerves do. Training those nerves is the work you do in this stage. Now, at the bottom of the screen, you do see the plateau of latent potential, which essentially means that results are compounding even if you can't see them. So don't quit before the ice melts. Now we're at stage number 4, and this is the honey stage. This one lasts anywhere from 3 to 12 months to actually reach, which is living from trading. You've literally hit the goal you wanted, financial freedom. You now operate like a full-time professional. The income is sustainable. The process is automatic, and you're trading for a living. Finally, stage 4 is where the magic happens. Not because anything mystical changes, but because you finally stop being surprised by your own results, you now know what you're gonna make this month almost. You know how to handle drawdowns in bad markets and bad days. And knowing that is what separates the professional from the amateur. If you're at stage 4 and you find yourself being bored, that is a sign that you're doing things right. Boredom is the price of consistency, so pay it. Now let's cover the focus and the unlock. Your focus, operate like a real pro. Trust the process, pay yourself monthly. Same routine every single day. Same risk per trade. Same patience. You're not chasing, you're showing up. Red days, green days, and the month ends positive. The unlock is quite simple here. Trading is your job. The income is real and repeatable. You know pretty much how much you're going to be earning within a range, and you know if you continue to repeat the process, approximately how much you're going to earn at the end of the year. The unknown is actually gone. It's just work now. And if there's one thing that can help you throughout all of these stages, it's the 1% rule. Getting 1% better every single day of the year will leave you 37 times better at the end of it than at the start of it. And as you see, we're putting timestamps on every single stage. The time will pass. There is no stop or pause button. It's what you do with the time. I am finally giving you a roadmap to take. And if done right, that roadmap leads you to stage 5. This one can take years. But stage 5 is magnitude. You've actually made it. The difference between stage 4 and 5 isn't skill, it's magnitude. Same trader, bigger numbers compounded over years. Stage 5 traders aren't smarter than stage 4 traders. They aren't more disciplined. They're using exactly the same strategy. They're not using a better one. They've just been doing the same thing for longer than anyone else. And what they did is let the compounding do the work. Mastery in trading is the same as mastery at anything else. It's the willingness to repeat the basics for longer than your patience wants to allow it. That's it. That's the whole secret. So let's cover your focus and the result you get from your focus. Your focus is pretty simple. Keep doing what works. Don't reinvent anything. Don't get cocky. Stage 5 isn't a new skill. It's exactly the same skill you had at stage 4. The bigger threat, though, is changing what works at this stage, out of boredom or ego. And if you don't change things around, you continue to do what you've been doing, well, the result is simple. 6, 7, or even 8 figures a year. That's the reward. This isn't reached by a hustling trader. It's reached by not breaking the process for years. Disciplined, compounded. That's the entire game. And habits are the compound interest of self-improvement, and they pay off for years to come. Now look, we've been going at this for 20 minutes almost? And I didn't cover everything in proper detail, but I do in my Skool community. I have a free and a paid version. If you want, the link's in the description and in my profile. But for now, let's continue with the video. So now that we've actually gone over the 5 stages of trading success, I think it's time to go over a little bit of guidance for the next 1-2 minutes to actually help you to, stay on track throughout these 5 stages. And I can't think of a better way to do this than to go over the philosophy of never miss twice. Missing once is human. Missing twice is the start of a new pattern. This single rule from the book Atomic Habits is the bridge that's going to link stage 1 to stage 5 and going to keep you there. Now, you might see that I'm using a lot of terminologies from Atomic Habits. If you have read the book, it's because it's the one book that really stood out to me as a trader to really help me on my journey. And it has helped me to help others too. The philosophy is quite simple. The traders who make it aren't the ones who never break their rules. They're the ones who never break them twice in a row. The first slip is a mistake. The second one is the start of a new identity. You do not want to let the second slip happen. Because as a trader, if you miss once, okay, it happens. You're human, very normal. If you skip journaling, if that's what you do, if you skip your execution rule, it's normal. You take a revenge trade, it's normal. One slip does not define you, as long as the next day looks exactly like the perfect day. Now, miss twice? Well, now you're building a new habit. 2 missed days in a row isn't a slip. It's the start of an identity. This is where most traders quietly give up without realizing it's happening. Be very attentive on what you're doing. Because look, as a trader, you don't need to be perfect. You just got to be consistent, you know? And I can't think of a better way to tell you to be consistent than this slide here, which is the truth about greatness. And the fact here is that the greatest have failed their way to success. Now, if you think you're going to get to stage 5 without problems, setbacks, losses, blown accounts, or moments of even doubt, you won't, because nobody does. Greatness is literally built on bouncing back, not avoiding the fall. So let's go over 4 people from 4 different industries that you probably know. Michael Jordan, basketball. He was cut from his high school varsity team. He missed over 9,000 shots in his career, and he lost over 300 games. And what did that get him? 9-time NBA champion and one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Thomas Edison, he's an inventor. He failed over 10,000 times at creating the light bulb. Even his school teachers, when he was young, told him that he was too stupid to learn. Yet, he has patented over 1,000 inventions, and he's literally defined the world we live in. J.K. Rowling, literature, 12 different publishers rejected the book Harry Potter. She was a single mother on welfare back then. Today, she's a billionaire and one of the best-selling authors in history, if not the best. Walt Disney, you probably know about Disneyland and movies from Disney. Well, that guy was fired from a newspaper that he worked at for lacking imagination. And when he opened his first business, he went bankrupt. What did that give him? Well, he built one of the most iconic brands in entertainment. Michael Jordan said this best: I failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeeded. So every single one of these people I just mentioned had moments where giving up made much more sense than continuing, where the evidence literally said, you're not going to do this, it's not going to work. But what separated them from everyone else in reality was not talent, because they failed, no? It was that on day 1, after failure number 10,000, they actually showed up again. Let's be honest, you're going to fail. That's not pessimism. It's mathematics. The question isn't whether you're going to have a losing week, a blown account, a large loss, an error in execution, a moment of doubt. The question is, what are you going to do after that? So I bring you to the last slide. Where are you now? Stay in your stage, master it, then climb. The traders who make it aren't the ones who learn the most. They're the ones who refuse to skip ahead. Find your stage, live in it, and earn the unlock of the next one. Walk up the stairs, never miss twice, master before climbing. Finally, the traders I see who succeed aren't the ones who learn the most, work the hardest, or know the most about the charts. They're basically the ones who are honest with themselves about which stage they're in and refuse to act like they're in a different stage. They haven't earned the next stage. They know they have earning to do. The shortcut, by the way, in this business is that there is no shortcut. As hard and as simple as it may sound, that's the truth. My name is Dennis. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.